What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk to you about Rezolve AI. I want to go over some of the data points, break it down on what is moving it and what shorts most likely will be doing over the next week and a half. Before we get into any of that though, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So Rezolve is up 5.5%. Welcome back to the $3 range. I know over the last several weeks it's been kind of hit and miss all over the place, but finally Rezolve is showing some signs that it wants to finally move higher. 308 the high, 291 the low, and a lot of volume. So the market's been open around 40 minutes and 6.1 million shares have been traded. So definitely good to see. Aside from that, there really hasn't been that much in news associated to Rezolve. So no news, no press releases or any SEC filings. Even on social media, there really hasn't been anything posted by Dan or Rezolve. Today, we are kind of moving because of a couple of different things. One is ISM manufacturing coming in at 47.9, forecast of 48. So this, interestingly enough, is causing the market to kind of pull back a little bit. But prior to that, the market was digesting what came out from Venezuela over the weekend. And I think overall, the market was really looking at whether there was going to be any sort of retaliation, and luckily enough there wasn't any, so the market's kind of taking that as a overall positive and really kind of moving higher. So all in all, pretty good stuff for that. Shorts. So shorts right now are returning about 17,000 shares, but I do feel over the next little bit, so most likely from now up until the 13th, which again, as I've indicated, is going to be the massive catalyst for Rezolve, but there might be one or two PRs here and there. But it's going to be the 13th. That's going to be the very big deal. And I think everyone generally knows that, both longs and shorts. And so shorts, logically, from now up until then, so a week and a half, they're going to be returning. So right now, they're returning about 17,000 shares. Most likely, they'll continue that into the next little bit, but 22.16% of the free floats being shorted works out to be 26.32 million shares overall being shorted. So it is officially at all-time high short interest numbers. Absolutely crazy if you think about it. And I probably did jinx it a little bit because I kind of mentioned that when it was at, let's see, 5% short interest, I was saying that luckily enough, shorts aren't paying attention to it. So probably should have kept my mouth shut a little bit. But nonetheless, at this stage in the game, I do feel that shorts will return to probably around that 10% range. That's where they seem to have really liked to kind of gravitate towards. But still being at 22.16%, it could easily sway and really go crazy high if the 13th isn't a home run. Let's say they just have this analyst and investor call and nothing really crazy or outstanding comes from that, then yeah, most likely shorts are going to really kind of double down, unfortunately. But it is fairly low for the cost to borrow, so 2.23%, and it's been around that range for the last month and a half. DTC being at 1.19 days, it really does signal that shorts are fairly overextended. Looking at options, so right now 182,000 in calls, 42,000 in puts. So this definitely doesn't match with the common stock. So common stock is getting a lot of good volume. This not so much, but 62% of all the options being done so far are bullish in nature. From a bull standpoint, you see consensus for it to be roughly around 3 to 350. So definitely good optimism for there. Bears are anticipating for it to be sub. Not really much going on for this week, in all fairness, but they are feeling it's between 250 and 3. So, in my opinion, definitely a lot more upside. So far, 2 transactions occurring on the secondary market above $100,000. Both are buys, one for $490,000, other one for $235,000. Dark pool, only 3 transactions. Kind of matches with shorts not really doing too much. Of course, hold numbers are usually linked to hedge funds. So 101,000 and 40,000, most likely that is hedge funds getting into Rezolve. Aside from that, with it right now at 304, it is trading right below this R1. So 305 is going to be that key level to really get over today. And if so, then you could easily see that 320 and 343 over the next couple trading days. So I'm going to talk on the technicals in a second, but definitely you could see a nice push higher, and there really hasn't been any new analyst ratings. On a side note, potentially you could have all these analysts re-rating based on how that call goes on the 13th. Aside from all of that fun stuff, quickly popping right over here, this is one thing that I did bring up on my last video, which was, I think, 4 days ago or something like that, but it really does show signs of really wanting to break out. Of course, it's about to hit a very heavy resistance, so you do have that 50 and also 200-day moving average, roughly around that 316 to 318. So that's going to be a very strong resistance point. Most likely, Rezolve is going to probably hit that, consolidate, and then push really higher. But today, it really does need to get over and stay over that 305. That's kind of a good starting point, and then it can take a run to this point. But nonetheless, I do feel after the minor consolidation, it will finally move higher and potentially even getting back to that $4 range. As I've indicated in the past, I know there's a lot of FOMO associated to the 13th, but all of this price action that's been happening, it largely just piggybacks off the broader market at the same time. So as much as I'd love to give Rezolve credit for this downtrend and this kind of recovery, a lot of it is just piggybacking off the broader market. So nothing really wrong with that at all. A lot of stocks do that. Even another stock I cover, SoundHound, very much similar to Rezolve. They put out like a fraction of Rezolve's news, and they have the same type of price action as all of this. So at the end of the day, over the next little bit, just watch for this right here. So that 316 to 318 range. But for right now, we are seeing a lot of good kind of mix for the flow. So it's not just algos that's really moving Rezolve. It's a good combination of institutions, hedge funds, and everyone else. Looking at the market position for today, though, this is what is kind of exciting because you have a lot more willing buyers and not really much seller. So all you need is that nice gentle push and can easily hit that general range, possibly even today, that 316 to 318 if things really start getting going. So let me know your thoughts on Rezolve. Are you buying more? Are you selling? Like, what's your general thoughts? One thing I haven't really done in a while, since it was around that 550, was do any options on it. And usually I like to do that option wheel. So any stocks that I don't mind owning, I sell puts on. And last time I mentioned that, some people just hear puts and automatically assume it's shorting. Definitely, you guys need to do a lot of research on what options are. But if you don't mind owning a stock, you can sell a put, you get a premium, and if it goes below your strike price, you get to buy it. It's a win-win for a lot of long-term investors. So I might start doing that a little bit with Rezolve because, as I said, it's starting to build up some good momentum. Could see some pretty good upside. So let me know your thoughts on Rezolve. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon if you're looking for some solid on-point buy signals on stocks, options, crypto. Put out daily day trades, numerous swing trades, worthwhile to pop over there and check that out. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.